Ladies and gentlemen, totally enjoyed the show, guys. Now, guys, I want to briefly touch upon Anna Nicole Smith. Now, I know Anna Nicole Smith was like probably a very intelligent girl. She probably was very bright, but her impression of the world was that she was a very overtly flirty girl who didn't seem to have a complete control over her life and just really was a mess. And I don't think that was her whole life. I'm nice, I don't think that, I like people like her, right? So I have friends that are really pretty like she is, right? So I think, in terms of like, her being a mess, I would never think that. If I had a friend like that, I would just think they're being very nice, they're flirty. A lot of my female friends that are really pretty, I love when they're flirty, and they're really nice. But I just think, in general, she just seemed like she was all over the place and on a lot of drugs and just didn't seem very healthy minded. I mean, physically she was very beautiful, but I even think she got liposuction to be thin at one point. So I mean, in general, I think she was just a very unhealthy person. Maybe the liposuction caused her to die, but I just feel like she was very unhealthy with drugs and stuff like that. And she was awesome. I loved her. Like, don't get me wrong. Whenever I mention anything bad about a celebrity, don't assume that I'm thinking negative things about them or that I don't like them or that this and that. Like, I'm just making an observation on what I thought I saw. But I loved her, like, and she was really pretty. Like, I could actually see myself hanging out with people like her, right? Like, I have friends that are exactly like her. So, of course, I would never think anything really badly of her, and I would never say that to her to her face if she was still alive. I just think she was just very much controlled by a lot of the media, and a lot of what she was doing was very like out of her control in one sense. But she did end up getting married and having a child, and her daughter's still alive. So her daughter's probably going to be just as beautiful as she is. So great, great that she's got a daughter. Really happy that there's a daughter there that'll continue her legacy. But her husband was adorable. Her daughter is adorable. So I mean, really, me thinking she's a mess, that's not really necessarily accurate. But a lot of times they'll mention that in the media that there were things about her that really made her kind of like seem like she was out of it. A lot of it was just all over the place. But we all loved her, and she was probably a very affectionate, caring person. And her family is still alive. Her husband and child are still alive. So I mean, really, it's not like she has. She left a good legacy behind. It's not like she did anything wrong, really. Some people are just like her, right? Like they flirt a lot, and they're very bubbly personalities. I really like that personality, and I think that personality is my favorite. If I have a friend that's female, I'm gonna think something's wrong if she's not overly flirty. Most of my female friends that are really pretty, which are all my female friends are really pretty, like the ones that I'm really friends with that are like really cute and gorgeous, and like cheerleaders. I've got lots of friends, but the ones that I hang out with the most are the cheerleader types. They're always flirty and they're always really fun. So it's not like I would be like that. You're a mess. But just in Anna Nicole Smith, it just seemed like she was on drugs a lot. But it wasn't like I would never say that. Like, I actually got a friend now. I'm not going to mention her name, but she's really flirty and really nice. And she did do drugs, but she didn't. She got over the drugs. But I really feel that she's not a mess. There's sometimes people where you see someone and you think they're a mess, and sometimes you might not. But I don't think Anna Nicole was like. She was still my favorite type of mess. I would have loved hanging out with her, and I would have enjoyed seeing her. But she just seemed kind of like she wasn't altogether sober a lot of times. Anyway, told you. But of course, if her husband and child see this, I don't want them to think that I'm just like making fun of Anna Nicole Smith after she died. I loved Anna Nicole Smith. She was awesome. And I'm sure they miss her very, very much. And I miss her too. She was awesome. Bye now.